Check, check, check. Hello. Shh. Very quiet. Good morning to you. So a lot more. Check. One. Check. Hello. Where's that echo coming from? Is that in my head? One. I think it's in my head. So a lot more relaxed morning. My first trade of the day was not a loss. In fact, no losses today. We talked about the mistake that I made yesterday, how we addressed it, and it's ancient history. Feels like it was a year ago already. So today we came in, same idea, same notion. Market never goes down. What? Get it? Yesterday we had Fat Finger Freddy show up a couple times, and the market got to those levels. And this morning it went to go say hi to those levels again, and they held again. And then the market casually reminded you that you'll never be able to be a shorter ever again of the market and live. So going into 2026, I still remain exactly the same way, because you don't need to know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't need to be in a bull market or a bear market. Stocks will do what they're going to do regardless of what the market's doing, how you feel about it, and whether or not you traded well. And again, big part of that Trump trade yesterday was the revisit, because I was in early. I fought a dumb fight. I knew I was wrong, and I decided to stay wrong. Ridiculous. Right? And if you just revisited the trade later that day, you made not just a little money, you crushed it. And I got involved later in the day. And we had our fun with some stock called FJet. I don't know if you guys were with us on that one later that afternoon. And we absolutely annihilated the stock. Wasn't in from here, 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 wasn't in from here. But once I saw a little faux show bro and a consolidation, I bought it right there. Rather be late and right than early and wrong, right? So bought the stock close to $18, immediately rips to 1940, do the right thing. I sold a little bit. And then it came back to my price. I was about to dump it, figured it was over. But my rule states that I want to give it to the range break low. So I held a little pullback, right? Rallies again, got to the 20. Once it got to 20, then I'm excited. What happened when I got excited? Went right back to where I bought it again. Same exact scenario. Didn't sell it. Sold some. When you sell something on the way up, it gives you a little bit more cushion for the pullbacks. And oh boy. And again, it wasn't a lot. Started with 300 shares. Basically, I held 100 shares. And then it starts to rip. And you go back to the old school way of trading. 2250 gets you 25. And even if you have 100 shares left, don't sell it all at one price. I sold 20 shares at $25. I sold 50 shares at $27.50. What do I got? It's 30 shares left. Gets to 30. Know what I did? Sold 10 shares. And then at $32.50, I sold. And then I had a whopping 5 shares left, because that's how I practice. Even if it's 100 shares, I still sell in increments. Because you know what? If it would have went to $150 and I had those 5 shares left, I would have said, hey, look at me. I held the last 5 shares and made 50 extra points on it. Still $250. But then it rolled over, broke back under 30, and we sold it. And what you're witnessing today is why I always remind you that most stocks are going to zero. Most stocks are pump and dumps. The market never goes down, which is the QQQ. But most stocks suck. Most stocks go to zero. Most stocks are not worth you owning them. Even the good stocks will inevitably have their moment, and the moment is gone. Somebody comes along, eats their lunch. Just like Nvidia, they're having a moment right now. Some company comes along, makes a chip faster, better, stronger, and cheaper. Nvidia's done. And if you just said, "Oh, that's not going to happen," why? I bet you they said the same thing about BlackBerry. Man, these are freaking awesome phones, man. I love this texting. And where's BlackBerry now? Gone. So you just don't know. But what you do know is the stock goes up a couple of 100%. Most stocks will not double or triple in a day. It's usually a pump and dump. And the next day, you can come along and play the dump part too. Now, this FJet stock, I'm interested because I read about it just before. Supersonic, something supersonic. Anything involving jets, space, rockets, robots, I'm interested for 2026 still. And now that it got dumped, we keep an eye on it. But more importantly, today, our new pump and dump is hi-ho! Hi-ho! And if you watch my show this morning, we were on this stock, hi-ho. And the ironic part is the only other trade I took today was silver. So I was in hi-ho silver. Get it? I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your bartenders. His name is Solid. Hi-ho silver. And if you don't get it, it's because you're not old like me. But this trade, remember, how do we find these names? My name's Kenny Glick. I have the scanner that everybody wants. My scanner is the scanner that other scanners scan because I am, if you don't know yet, let me remind you who I am. Scan Man. Scan Man. Scanning all the scans that a scan man can, Scan Man. And the reason we have the best scanners is because we know what to scan for. And I like to maybe just blow your mind for a second and maybe disappoint you in a little way. But I love disappointing people, especially in this industry. But this is not disappointing. It might be. There are no scanners that spit out winners and place the money in your account. Sorry. Because if there were, we'd have it. But we have the closest thing. Volume scanners, unusual volume scanners, big block scanners, and then more volume scanners, otherwise known as institutional sales scanners. Thank you, Trade Pulse. And if you caught the underlying theme there, volume. You want to go where the money is. You want to go where the volume is, right? So when there's volume, there's less chance of manipulation. And the VWAP, which is a volume-based product in itself, volume-weighted average price, it works better when there's volume. So what we do is we go where the volume is. Hey, look at that. A lot of volume. Let's go there. What's that over there? I don't care. Not enough volume. I'm over here now. I was over there. I'm over here now. I was over there. Now I'm over here. So this morning, popped up on the volume scanner. And all right, I missed it. And then I missed it again. But then came back to the VWAP. And I was like, ooh, holds the VWAP, breaks a new high. I'm in. 137. Stock goes to 150. You guys remember that? Eighth of a point. It's a living. A couple thousand shares, eighth of a point. What's that? $250. Who's better than you? Nobody. and you sell, and then it starts to go down, you sell the rest. But then it does something that you don't normally see on a pump and dump. It actually holds prior day VWAP, gets back above the VWAP, and then breaks back above that 136 again. Missed it. I didn't catch that one. Some of us did. But then comes this part where you're thinking, hi ho, it's just some pump and dump, and it rolls over, breaks down. Now it's breaking new lows. Oh no. But then it breaks a new low and it comes right back, otherwise known as the faux show. And then it goes back to VWAP. And then it tests that area where it just faux and showed these people. And then it breaks VWAP. You're in. You're back in. 139, same exact price. And then it comes back and holds that price, rallies back to 157. You know what that was right there? Payday. And then it rolls back over. And as we approach the open, I was like, you know what? I'm getting out. 1 win, 2 wins. You know what? I'm going to keep an eye on this high ho stock because I got paid twice. Faux show, bro. Missed it. Faux show, bro. Missed that one. Rolls over. And then look what happens again. Fake him out, shake him out. VWAP break. Buy it. Got paid again. And this time it pulls back and holds the VWAP. I know what a reservation is. I don't think you do. See, you know how to take the reservation, but you don't know how to hold the reservation, which is kind of the main part. And if you don't know that reference, please get the hell out of here. It holds the VWAP, right? And then tells you that the buyers are still in control. And then it gets to where? Prior high. And everybody's loving them high ho. And then it pulls back and holds that prior pullback, and then it rips. Because at that moment right there, the shorts say, geez, I better get out of this thing before I lose my house. And we all got paid again. And then it rolls over, and you're thinking, oh my God, another pump and dump. Oh my God, good thing I sold. Yes. Just to come back to that lovely 161 area again. Fake them out, shake them out. No VWAP break, but just your classic faux and a show. And I'm no longer in it because I took the money and ran up here. And I'm no longer in this trade. But look how lovely it is when you just stay with one name. And you kill it, you kill it, you kill it. You do the best you can. You make as much money as you can, raising your stop, navigating the position. And here's the ironic trade of the day. We were in high ho, and we were in silver short. Thought I was going to throw a curveball there. Why did I short silver? Mr. Silver. Mr. I'm buying silver at 18 an ounce. Long AGQ from $50. Thank you very much. Mr. Buying silver every month, every week, in fact, for the last decade. Stacking 5-ounce maples. Come on. So this morning, I was like, you know what? Everybody's getting so super bullish on silver. I'm going to look for a pullback. I'm going to look for a tradable short because everybody's feeling too bullish right now. And that's when my bearishness comes in. And I still think silver's going to 80, but I just wanted to play a moment. And that moment was here. Pre-market low break, pre-market VWAP hold break, shorted it, got paid, rallies back. I'm not afraid of a little blip above VWAP, rolls, stayed short, and then a faux show. Here's where I covered, but then 5 minutes later, can't get over the VWAP. Know what we did again? Shorted it, down to the prior, covered it. And here's where I almost got in trouble, but because I'm not a delusional, psychopathic, crazy person who thinks things go down like I used to be, nothing goes down anymore. We're in the everything goes up rally. So if you're a shorter of something, Even the pump and dumps, you got to remind yourself you're doing something illegal, against the law, delusional, psychopathic. But in that moment, you could stay short. Even you're putting all that aside. But right now, the moment was here. We got ourselves a 1 minute. We got through the multi-day. And then we went negative. And I'm thinking right here, holy shit, we're getting paid. And then it rallies right back above multi-day VWAP. And I said, shut up, Kenny, get the hell out. And I did. And that was the end of the trade. And look where it is right now. And that's why, if you're just joining us, I want you to write this on a sticky pad. You guys use sticky pads anymore? I still use them. You guys need some? I got tons of this stuff in my house. Right? Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. And put it right on your freaking, put it right there. Right on your monitor. Put it there. Because nothing's changed. Oh, the market went up so much in 2025. 2026 is going to be a bad year. Is it? Are you nuts? Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. So if you forget rule number 1, you're going to pay for it. Now, I'm not saying we can't have a wonderful sell-off like those 3 magical days that we had about 2 weeks ago, and it was awesome. The market was giving us permission. UVXY was strong. The market was breaking prior day lows. Stop right there. That's it. That's it. If you're going to short something, that's it. UVXY has to be going up and the market has to be breaking prior day lows. If that's not happening, don't short. That's it. So if that time ever comes, which maybe, and again, if I am right about what I think is about to happen to this market, we're going to rally for the rest of this month. And then the January effect. Oh, so goes the year, so goes January, blah, blah, blah. All the prognosticators, right? Oh, gives a shit. Tom Lee's bullish. What else is new, right? Everybody's always bullish. They bring the bear guy out on CNBC. They all ridicule the guy. Oh, this guy actually thinks the market's going to go down, which is probably insane to even think, right? Because the market doesn't go down anymore. So when that time comes, I think we're going up rest of December, all of January, most of February, pretty much all of March. And then at the end of March, we'll see some selling. Why? Because people are going to want to take profits, pay some taxes, and we'll have a momentary fart in the wind, little sell-off. Everybody, ooh, it's a bubble. And they'll go short, and they'll overstay their welcome. And then you'll hear that phrase, selling in May and go away. You know when that's worked? Once in the last 20 years. Now you buy in May and you pray. You buy in May and go gay for the market. You buy in May and stay. Because last year, we went up in May, June, July, August. Remember, we had the Trump candle in April, and then we went up May, June, July, August, and we haven't stopped going up. We're probably going to see the exact same thing next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, all the way to 1,043 on the Qs on April 20th, 2028. Write that one down because I know you're all counting on it now, right? Oh, you said you were going to vote. Right? The guy on the internet? The one guy on the internet that holds everything I say in such, again, and I've got a lot right, but, again, if I don't get this one right, it won't change my life. But I do think the market's about to rally for the next 3.5 years. And I'm talking about close to 100%. Now, does that matter to anybody? The answer is no. But if you're interested about what happens today, if you can give me the closing price of Hi Ho, I will give you a $10 gift card. We're playing some trivia today. Not trivia, but if you can give me the closing price of Hi Ho without, you can go over. It's not Price is Right. Closest price to Hi Ho, 4 p.m. close, you get a $10 gift card. If you can give me the closing price of F-Jet, $10 gift card, just write in your guesses in the chat room, or better yet, send me an email, kennyglick@aol.com, so I have it registered. And then for the big prize, where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. For the big prize, that's right, the $25 gift card to iTunes. I want the QQQ closing price New Year's Eve. And I believe the market's open New Year's Eve, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes. And of course, the next night, Georgia Bulldogs playing Ole Miss. If the Georgia Bulldogs win, free week in the chat room. Just email me. Make sure you're on the guest list, because party is going to continue. And of course, if the Georgia Bulldogs, and again, if Ohio State loses, party. Anybody but Ohio State, anybody but Alabama, and I'll be all right. As long as it's not Ohio State or Alabama as the national champions, everything's going to be all right. By the way, you guys sports gamble? I think the easiest bet of the year was taking Alabama when they were down 17, where you didn't think they were going to show up. So that's where we're at right now, my friends. We make money most of the time. And yesterday, if it seemed like I lost money, it was 2 trades. Came out ahead. F-Jet later that day. We had the rigatoni. We had the USAR. It was really the F-Jet. F-Jet saved my day. Trading is not one and done. Sometimes you can make it one and done. Hopefully it's a one win. Usually you don't want to quit after a loss. But part of trading is loss and dealing with it and understanding it. And also getting back into the same trade that you might have lost on, because the setup is what we trade as day traders. The setup resets up, right? So right now, nobody's thinking about buying F-Jet, right? You got a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal on a pump and dump. But if you're thinking that this stock can't break 16 later in today and rip back to 18 and change, you're not paying attention to this market. Because when a stock is trending down most of the morning, it tends to get some buyers inevitably. The dollar cost averaging lunatics that are bag holders in this, they're going to come along and buy some. And of course, the people that are shorting the stock are going to want to take their profits. So this whole game is about stalking and waiting, stalking and waiting, stalking and waiting. You stalk the trade. All right, this is a setup right here. Like I'm looking to short Alcoa today, right? Because it's gone parabolic. So I'm stalking it. All right. Set up once, blue line, orange line, and missed it. Right. I was hoping to see it recapture those highs and then roll over. Again, why am I looking to short Alcoa? Because of this parabolic move. Usually you'll have a little give back at some point. Somebody's going to want to take profits, $35 to $55 on Alcoa without a little drawdown. So I got that on the brain today. So far the short setup has been here. I'm not in it right now. If you are already, congratulations. I dig it. Just avoiding the Q short like a plague, obviously, because like I continuously say to you, the market, which is the Qs to me, they don't go down. You had a couple of days, but UVXY under 40 is telling me that this market's we're coasting bullish for the rest of the year. It's only 8 more days. If UVXY is disintegrating on a daily basis, and you guys watch the VIX products, if UVXY is disintegrating, and again, up 11 cents after dropping 30 points, nothing. It's got to be trending higher. It's got to be breaking highs. It's got to be, you'll know the difference. This is not an up day for UVXY, right? So going into 2026, right? There is zero reason to be bearish, right? If you think you want to be bearish because the market went up so much, that is not a reason to be bearish. That's a reason to believe there'll be consolidation, right? I don't know if the market's ever going to go into a bear market again. Now, listen, I hope I'm wrong. I do better. Those 2 weeks while we were getting hammered, best 2 weeks I've had in 3 months. No doubt. Killed it. Crushing. Buying puts on the Qs. Loving life. Finally making money as a shorter. And now it's over. I hope those days come back because I love those days. And you need to see the Qs breaking not just VWAP, prior day VWAP, prior day low with UVXY going up. When that day comes, we'll start, thinking about shorting the Qs again. But today was a very, very, very simple day. To me, we traded some high ho 5 times. Some guys traded it 7 times. That 7th one was that was actually surprising because I thought it was over and you're coming back again. Stock keeps coming back. Doesn't want to die. Remains a buy. We also had OPTX coming off the scanner. Pump and dump. Hopefully you got out of it by now. No reason to be in this. Again, you could keep an eye on it, but this is your typical pump and dump. Pump, dump, all on the same day. Somebody emailed me about Tilray. Not only is it over, we crushed it. I got in this trade. I brought it to everybody's attention before the move because of the short squeeze potential, reverse stock split, illiquidity, and then we saw the volume increasing, and we bought it. 3 days later, here comes the Trump announcement that he may be doing something. Nobody cares what Trump's saying because it's all manipulative. He's manipulating the market to his own well-being, just like everything he does. Then the news actually came out. And the people that don't understand the market, they bought it here as we sold it to them. Thanks. Because you don't buy news. You buy rumor, sell news. And my TikToker out there, I'm not sure if you're in here, but guy said, I'm going to buy puts on Tilray, and if it works out, I'll join your room. I don't know if you're out there, but did you join the room yet? You don't have to. It's okay. You can wait till the Georgia game. But I'm trusting you're going to join because he was buying $13 puts for $1. You must be up at least 300 to 400% on this trade. And also, it was a nice moment where you learned how trading actually works. And to the guy that called me dumb as a brick shorting weed stocks because I don't understand the nature of the change in policy because of the money that's going to be transacted and blah, blah, blah. How's that working out for you? Once again, I outsmarted you. I guess being dumb as a brick is the way to be. Thanks. Because we made money on the way up and then we sold it to you, Mr. Dumb as Bricks. Good luck with that industry. All these stocks are going to zero. And my grandma says I shouldn't say stuff like this out loud, but I'm rooting for your bad luck. Was that sour grapes? Something like that? You shouldn't root for other people, but when you root against me, I root twice as hard now against you. And I hope you're feeling the pain. And know this, I'm causing the pain onto you by shorting your dumb stock in your face. That's what I love most about trading, taking people's money. Feel it. Yeah, let it burn. I own you. So a lot of good stuff going into 2026. Obviously, VWAP's working better than ever. We went the entire year without one loss on that earnings setup. I don't know if that streak's going to continue, but even at 80% will be good. 70% will be good. Even at 50% will be good. As long as you manage the trade correctly, you'll come out ahead. Speaking of NVIDIA and the chip stocks, if you guys don't know about this one, VICR, everybody in my chat room owns this stock, and everyone's getting paid. Brought to you by Andy Dufresne, Technical Analysis, and our new good friend, Don Corleone. If you're not following this guy on StockTwits, we do a podcast together on YouTube. He is the analyst you want in your life because he is friends with the analysts that don't go on the internet and talk about what they do. They just make money. The analyst that needs to post stuff on Thinkorswim, those are the criminals. They're doing it because they know people are going to be influenced by what they say, and they're usually selling into the move that they're saying that they're upgrading. That's why upgrades are generally downgrades, and downgrades are usually upgrades, except if you know that they don't have that agenda, which is our pal Don Corleone and his crew that got us into this stock at $54. I just bought it because the chart looked good, and if he says it's good, I'm with him because the guy hasn't given me a losing trade yet, and I've only known the guy for 6 months. Pretty impressive. And that's what you want to surround yourself with. So if you haven't joined my chat room and surrounded yourself with successful people, that's how to make money in the business. Me, solid, my crew, people in the chat room, guys that have been doing this with us since 07, analysts that you could trust. This is what we do. And know what we do best is take money from people that don't know what they're doing. Like you. Ooh, burns, doesn't it? Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, Grandma. It's too easy to make fun of these people. Or I don't know if I should be looking up when I talk about my grandma. Sorry, Grandma. If you believe in any of that stuff, right? I always found that very creepy when they say, oh, she's watching you. She's watching you from above. I hope my grandma's not watching me. I do some gross stuff when I'm alone. Nobody needs any part of that. She's always watching. So going into the next year, right? Here's the fun part of making predictions. They're worthless, right? Who cares? Delta Airlines, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, and Wells Fargo. That's all you care about next week or 2 weeks from now. Delta Airlines is going to kick off earnings season, and we're going to be focused on earnings reports, and we're going to be focused on this trade that hasn't failed us in years. Now, again, I proved that you could still lose on a trade that doesn't fail. How the hell do you do that? You get greedy. You don't take your profits. You don't raise your stops or lower your stops. You don't navigate the market or navigate the chop, as Solid calls it, properly. You could blow anything. Could do some jokes there, but I'll let that one go. So again, nothing's changed. That's what's special about this trade. New month, new year. it's irrelevant. The market's going to do the same thing as it did last year and the year before. It's going to go up, down, sideways, left, and right. And you just try to navigate that as best as you can and go where the volume is, because the volume protects you. The volume evens the playing field. You want to trade illiquid stocks that one or two market makers control the whole float. It makes it more difficult to trade the stock because it's blatantly being manipulated and there's no real advantage. And like my podcast, which is Trader's Edge, VWAP and volume give you the edge that you need. And also it instills the discipline inside the trade, right? You have your levels. That's your discipline. If something happens, like that AGQ, like for one guy that said, wait a minute, you're shorting silver? You just got done saying it's going to 80. And I believe it is. But I'm just taking advantage of a moment in time. And that moment was mine. You can't take the money away from me. And this trade is so important because it really is a microcosm to every trade. As much as I think most stocks are pump and dumps, I'm not thinking they're going to zero that day. I'm just playing that moment in time where they're telling me they're going down. I can take advantage of it, knowing that I'm going to have to cover inevitably. And I think it's going to be just a repeat of this year for the next 3 or 4 years. And if you really made me choose what's going to happen, of course I'm going to say it's bullish, right? Why wouldn't you be bullish, right, son?
Why wouldn't you be bullish?
Right. He just bought the Qs. He doesn't care about how far they've gone over the last 20 years. He just puts them in his retirement account, right? He don't care. So I think we're going to get a lot of what we're witnessing today, in fact, right? Attempts to go down and then rally in your face. And if you're out there watching, Jimmy, you know why that happened? Still out there, Jimmy? You know why that happened? Say it, Jimmy. It's okay. Be one of us. We're still going to welcome Jimmy back. 2026, the year of Jimmy. Jimmy's going to come back. Jimmy, come back. Market never goes down. That day where we sell off, come back to the VWAP, get rejected, roll over, and break lows, you know what I'll be doing that day, Jimmy? I will be shorting the market. But you see what it's doing today, like it does most days? Doesn't do that. And that's why I say shorting is short-lived and you're going to die and the market never goes down. Am I delusional about this, or is it actually happening? So 2026, man, come out of your delusion, wake up from the matrix, whatever you want to call it. Take these trades, navigate the market with two of the best guys in the business to do it. My market insights are pretty damn good. Been doing it my whole life. Our algorithmic wonder child here, or wonder grandfather. He's a grandfather for real. I'm just a grandfather of the industry. This guy is a grandfather. Solid Jello, let's give it up. And don't forget to tip Solid Jello. Did a great job yesterday while I was having a nervous breakdown about my computer. I couldn't figure out why my computer wasn't working. That was really why I was going nuts. I don't know what happened. All my defaults got set down to 0. My microphone privileges got rejected. Something bizarre. Oh, by the way, Q's new highs. How you doing, Jimmy? Right there, right on Q. Ah! Q's new highs. So if you want to be delusional, I can't help you with that. Right? We've all met delusional traders. They lose money every day, but they're just convinced that they're figuring it out. You know that guy, Mr. Delusional. Or learn this trade, understand this trade, embrace this trade, and live this trade. Because it's transcending all time and space. It works on every time frame. It works on every product. And if you're in MDLN, thank me, I sold it yesterday because I wanted to be free. And if you guys don't know about MDLN, you should. This is one of the best IPOs I have seen of the year. There has been a steady buy the entire existence so far. 20 million shares bought at the open at 35. Unbelievable. Hasn't looked back. Stock breaks 44. You know the drill, Jimmy. 45 gets you 50. This thing gets in the 50s. You're looking at 80s. And by the way, Jimmy, Q's new highs. How you doing? So there's a reason I say this. I don't want to be victimized by a bull market any longer. And like I said, 2025, I finally said, you know what? I'm done. If I'm going to short, it has to be, I'm not looking for pullbacks, retracements. I'm looking for, if the market is really actually going down, then we'll look for some, trades on the short side. But generally, every dip's a buy. Until that stops happening, I have to keep up with the mantra that the market never goes down. And, it's stocks like, look, you guys know about AFJK. Look at these crazy stocks, right? No reason for this stock to be going up, but even the pump and dumps this year, they keep coming back. I don't know how this stuff happens. Who cares about these names? Stock went from $6 to 100. It was actually higher than that in the aftermarket. I think it was 120, I think. 110. From 8 to 110. It gets dumped. You ain't thinking this thing's coming back. Next thing you know, woo. And that's what makes this market great. There is so much buying on everything. So you just basically stalk the trade and you wait for these squeezes, and it's just one after another, after another, after another. So I think that's what we're going to be doing mostly. The exact replica 2025 earnings. Trying not to short the Qs unless it's very, very specific. Faux show bros keep working. Earnings reports, pump and dumps, VWAP, staying focused, addressing loss, don't let your emotions get involved, all the same stuff that we've been talking about for 20 years. And if you guys, again, what we do best, Solid and I, is navigate and help you stay focused throughout the day. And that's what a lot of traders, if not most traders, if not all traders, need. Little focus. Little focus. Somebody who's not afraid to tell you that you're wrong. What are you doing? You got to get out of this trade. I'm definitely not afraid to yell at people. And we're doing pretty well. By the way, just been watching this one all day. Not a fan, obviously. I think this stock is one of the biggest scams in the world. Selling boner pills and fake hair products, garbage. I do think this will be at zero as well. But, again, that's why I love trading. It takes what I think out of the equation, right? Fake them out, shake them out, test the VWAP, fake them out, shake them out, breaks the VWAP. Fake them out, shake them out, never broke that level. You're still in, gets over the VWAP, consolidates above the VWAP, and then you blast off. It's every trade. Why is it that I didn't go long in the Qs? I don't know. You want the simple answer? I'm an idiot. I don't know. I just wasn't trading the Qs today. I was happy I escaped that AGQ short, made some money on the high ho, and I just cut it off right there. Listen, and that to your point, and asking that question, that's a great question. That's why I'm always saying, as much as I make it about me, it's kind of tongue in cheek, right? It's about this trade. Sure, I know what I'm doing. My market insights are pretty damn good, right? But I don't take every trade. And that's why in 2026, I really want 3 hardcore traders that the question won't be, why didn't you take something? If a trade sets up, you're in. There won't be any of that questioning. I just chose not to trade them today. But the choice to do that was mine. When you see a faux show, bro, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, you say to yourself, well, I hope Kenny's buying this. I'm buying it. I mean, you're buying it. And take advantage of it. Hell yeah. Doesn't mean it's not a good trade because I'm not in it. You know how many trades happened yesterday that I wasn't involved in? 1 million. What you should be asking me is why I'm not trading NVIDIA, because I saw that move and I chose not to buy that one too. And by the way, fat finger on NVIDIA. Usually intraday fat fingers are just late prints, not as significant as what we've been witnessing on the QQQ pre-market. I wouldn't think NVIDIA is about to drop 4 points today. But that's the trade right there. Prior day VWAP hold, VWAP break. And you see how this is just a steady buy? This is algorithmic buying. They program it. And that's why don't get in the way. The market's programmed to go up. Where are we going today? 622.50 on the Qs. We'll probably gap slightly up tomorrow and be at 625. And lo and behold, we do have 8 days left. There is still a chance that we close at all-time highs. Like it or not. And listen, let's say the market does crash out of nowhere, right? And you say, oh, this guy said the market never goes down. Nobody could predict. That's why they call it that black swan event. But if you go look at the laundry list of stocks, right? By the way, I've been writing a list since 2018. Let me see if I can find it. I wrote a song about it, as a matter of fact. One of these days, anybody? Yeah, maybe Solid and I will bang this out one day. It's called "We Couldn't Stop the Rally," sung to the tune of "We Didn't Start the Fire." Started doing this song. Oh, sorry, I started in 2017, and there's a lot more I need to add. China slow down fiscal cliff, debt ceiling, taper tantrum, interest rates, Fed minutes, job reports, volatility, index overboard with the RSI, shooting star, hanging man, death cross, Hindenburg, omen, Greece into Portugal, Spain with Puerto Rico, Russian invading Crimea. Remember Crimea? Whatever that was. Remember when Russia invaded that other country? We cared about it for 3 days. That was fun. Yeah, we're in a war now with 3 years. Nobody gives a shit. Bird flu, SARS, and N1R1, Ebola, government shutdown, Brexit, exit, Megxit, Frexit, Brexit, Brexit, Megxit, Brexit, Trump wins election, European recession, inflation, stagflation, deflation, Greenspan, Bernanke, Yellen, missile testing in Iran. And then the chorus is, we couldn't stop the rally. When we tried to short it, you should just abort it. We couldn't stop the rally. Why'd you try to fight it? It was time to ride it. You're a dumb fuck for thinking that the market goes down. No, those are new lyrics, but you get the idea? That's from 2017. The market since then, right? How many more reasons have they thrown at the market that we were supposed to crash? Remember, I haven't even got to the COVID stuff, right? Then remember, out of COVID, we were running out of wheat. We were running out of diesel. Remember those days? Yeah. Remember that analyst guy running out of diesel, we were running out of everything. We were all going to be starving. Our cars weren't going to work. Right? Then we had, if they raise interest rates too quickly, the market's going to crash. How'd that work out? Turned into the greatest time to ever be alive, as a matter of fact, because then you were getting 5% on your cash and the market was going up every day. So tell me again, what's to be bearish about? What was that guy, Steve Brule? Remember Steve Brule? You better know Steve Brule. Go watch it right now. Remember Steve Brule? What was his name? Steve Brule with the face? That guy was funny. Steve B-R-U-L-E. There he is. You ever see this? What's his name doing this bit? It's so freaking nuts. Yeah, there's the face. This is the face. Next time, the third. If you're thinking about shorting stocks, that's the face. There you go. The Steve Brule face. Like confused and asking yourself, what the fuck was I just thinking? You guys know Steve Brule, that guy. That's the face you're going to be making for the next 4 years. How come the market's still going up? I don't understand. How can it keep going up like this? Hey. Or put on your I don't give a shit pennies. Wow. That's an Aviator reference. Yes. He's a great actor, this dude. Very versatile. He was in Boogie Nights, remember? You remember Boogie Nights, right? Yes, you do. What? Feel.
Sister Christian,
Feel my heat.
Time has come, and you know that you're the only.
So yeah, there you go. There's my commentary for the next 4 years. You know what's going to change? None of it. We have a trade that works pretty much every time it shows up. Market rarely goes down. I'll change my tune. It rarely goes down. And when it does, we make money on those days too. But man, if you whoa, wait a minute, isn't that IPO thing? KT. There was an IPO of a stock that holds IPOs. No, that's not it. What was that one? DXYZ, right? On DXYZ. You guys know about this? This thing was insane for a while. It's supposed to be a fund that owns the pre-IPOs. So it's a way to play IPOs when you can't get the IPO. It was a good idea. I don't know if it ever actually happened, but the stock went parabolic and then it crashed, and I don't know if anybody cares about it anymore. So if anybody's wondering why the market's never going down, NVIDIA. It's a big part of why the market doesn't go down. This other company, Apple, Microsoft. All the reasons you hate the market, right? How it's controlled by only those 7 stocks, even though there's 250 stocks that are going up almost every day. Hard to ignore that the market doesn't go down. Hey, this finally might be over, huh? I'm surprised you got a eighth move out of that one, back to $2. But right now you better making the right decision. I wouldn't have let this thing break back under 2 with me still being in it. But now you're going to battle here. If you were thinking about rebuying it, it's not crazy to buy it off of VWAP, right? But now you got 7 cents of risk. That's what's good about it. Doesn't mean it's going to work. But now it's 7 different times the stock has paid you. This could be 8. Pretty good. If it works again, it's impressive. But what's the more important part is, let's say you're buying it off the VWAP. You see that spot right there where the bottom of that candle meets the top of the candle? That's your out. So if you're not willing to take a shot on a stock that's paid us, no joke, 5 to 7 different times, and it comes back to the VWAP, holds it, little faux show bro right there. Again, the downtrend is pretty apparent. It's a pump and dump. But if you're going to trade it, you're doing it right now with basically, at that point, it's 67. You're risking 7 cents, maybe 12 cents tops. Or you're doing like me, where you're just happy that you made a day's pay today. You didn't short the cues. You got long the cues like that guy was wondering why I didn't do it. And you're coasting. And on that note, I'm going to cut. Usually I'll go for a little bit longer, but I'm going to leave it right here. I think Solid's going to be around this afternoon. I got to go zen out. I got a long 3 days, as we all do. I'm going out tonight. If you guys don't know, I'm in a TV show. Hopefully, maybe we'll have a watch party or something. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm in a gangster TV show known as Gravesend. I still don't know. I haven't seen the final product yet, but I filmed this thing. We filmed for about a day. I was in a pretty good scene. I was in with the main cast members, so I probably will make the cut. I hope I do. You never know when they edit this stuff together, but I was in a TV show called Gravesend. There's 2 seasons. It's kind of like the poor man's Goodfellas or Sopranos. It's from my old neighborhood. I lived in Sheepshead Bay, Gravesend, Brooklyn. I saw the show on TV. It turns out I knew the guy that was in the show. I found a friend in common. I reached out to him. Now I'm an investor in the show, and I'm in the show. So hopefully it works. Hopefully I'm in the show, and sometime in the next, they're saying around Easter, February, March or April, this thing should be out. If you guys want to have a fun time with it, Dice Clay's in it. He's awesome. Chaz Palminteri, he's great. William Forsythe's in it. The bad guy from John Keith Reese, the bad guy from, what was that thing that resurrected? Cobra Kai? Not the other Cobra Kai. The original Cobra Kai guy, he's in it, and he plays this part. I didn't even know it was him. He played such a great part. He plays a religious Jewish guy. Phenomenal. A lot of fun, especially from Brooklyn. Great music, all the, Girl House Shoes and Debbie Debs and Native Love, all that stuff. All that disco, freestyle. Main character drives around 87 Grand National. Of course he does. And this year, Shaquille O'Neal's in it. Shaquille O'Neal's main character, so that's helping the value of this thing go up. He plays Mufasa, drug dealer from Coney Island. And hopefully it's a success. So I'm going out tonight. I got to drive 3 hours to this place. It's way out in Long Island. Probably crash out there. And then we got, we'll hang tomorrow for a couple hours. And then we got the 7 fishes. And we are doing every fish. You guys do the 7 fishes? My favorite day of the year. Start out with the shrimp. A couple of lobster tails. Got the Alaskan crab legs. Got some tuna. Doing some seared sesame tuna. What else was on our list? Got some flounder, baked clams. So I'm basically going to starve myself for the next 2 days. It is the greatest eating day of the year because I love me some fish. And my cousin, no, she's my sister-in-law. Sorry. My sister-in-law is awesome. Just phenomenal chef. And I can't wait. All right. Well, if I don't see you, Merry Christmas. We're bringing Christmas back. We're allowed to say Christmas again. Not that I stopped. Anyway, I like happy holidays because it's all encompassing. I don't mind saying happy holidays, but Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, Arbor Day, all that shit. We're bringing it back. And if you don't remember, it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of America. Which, other than closing the borders, the greatest thing that came out of the Trump administration, it's the Gulf of America. Something about it. I love it. I'm not going to hate him on that. Everybody hates him for every reason. I got my own reasons. I'm from Brooklyn in New York. I never really liked this guy, but you know, he was very nice to me when I met him twice. And he did come up with the Gulf of America. I freaking love it. Gulf of America, everybody. All right? Just be nice to each other if you're making some resolutions. I'm going to try to be a nicer guy next year. I'm surly sometimes, but I don't have to be. All right? Merry Christmas and all that stuff. Enjoy your family. Don't get into a fight with your uncle. Because there's always that uncle you're going to fight with, right? Ugh. You hate that guy, right? Every year, same shit. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. I might not be around. It's going to be a long night. So if I'm not around and you show up and there's nobody here, this is why we train you how to trade. Every once in a while, Solid and I actually do other things. I know. Crazy. We leave the house once in a while. We do things. Solid's always busy with his own personal clients. Guys, if you haven't taken a session with Solid, do it. It'll really solidify what we're trying to do here. You know, I give you the basics of VWAP and market insight. Solid Jello, our resident algorithmic trader, he takes you to the whole nother level. Do a private session with him, the best 1,500 or whatever he charges, $2,000. The best private session you'll ever have. And once you get it, you'll never see the market the same, and you'll see it the right way. And before I go, let's take one moment to spend with each other, just in case I don't see you for the next 3 days. Look up at the screen or close your eyes. Breathe in the VWAP. And breathe out the fear. Breathe in the VWAP. Hold it. And breathe out the CNBC. Breathe in the VWAP. And breathe out the doubt. You all just got 3.5% better as a trader just now. We're bringing it back. Love VWAP. Have a great day.